Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, and overnight, over on the official Japanese Pokémon website, they dropped the full official set list for VMAX Climax. Now, one thing that is very, very important to note, they did not drop the secret rares. They never do, incidentally. The Friday before the official release, they drop the non-secret rare set list, and then the secret rares will know by next Friday when the set comes out properly. So, I'm not going to be able to talk too much about the secret rares, although there are some relevant things we'll get to in a moment, but we can talk about the set as a whole. And basically, there's a few themes going throughout the set, but one of them is, this is a much better set if you are playing and collecting in Japan than it is if you are playing and collecting outside of Japan. Because, to be perfectly honest with you, this is a set that is absolutely phenomenal for players. This is an awesome, awesome players set, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing indeed. If you're outside of Japan like me, and you're going to be picking up boxes like me, sure, the character rares are there, but you're going to be missing out on a large part of the set, and that is that this set is great for players. Because if we look at some of the reprints that have come around, all three of the Galarian birds, now we mentioned this in a previous video about this set, but it does bear repeating. You've got Galarian Articuno, who's got that good draw ability, Galarian Zapdos, that's a great counter to anything that's fighting weak, and Galarian Moltres that accelerates energy to itself, hits a good weakness, and has proven to be a phenomenal card. We also see reprints of both of the Calyrex, both Ice Rider and Shadow Rider. Ice Rider, of course, top tier deck, 2 energy, 250, yay. Shadow Rider's also, however, a top tier deck, because it's got that great draw engine ability, as well as that attack that can get up to a huge amount of damage. And similarly, we see both of the Urshifu, both the single strike that builds up lots of energy and smashes, and the rapid strike that can deal 120 to 2 of your opponent's bench. Plus, we see a reprint of Crobat, who is, of course, the big draw Pokemon around at the moment, and what we see a lot here is basically, if you're a newer player, or even if you're a more experienced player, but you don't have a huge amount of tournament legal cards, this is a set that is really leaning towards playability. Now, that is not to say that every single card in this set is a super playable set. It's not. There are some good cards. I should mention Kricketune is coming back, so along with Crobat they're the two main Pokemon we're going to be using for drawing, at least in terms of Pokemon V. And there's plenty of other cards which, frankly, are not probably going to be that great moving forward. But for instance, that Inteleon I showed you before, that is a pre-release, or at least was a pre-release promo over here, I suppose technically still is. Yeah, that's coming out, and they're getting the pre-release artwork, and this is really rather cool. Although, while we're here, we need to go and have a talk about these pre-release cards. Now, I told you you should have been expecting a bunch in this set. You should have. I told you that they are some of the few cards we actually get before Japan, and that's true, and that these fit naturally into these special sets in Japan, because there's nowhere really else to put them. All of this is true. What is weird, however, is the inconsistency. So, for instance, there are some new cards that were pre-release promos here, and in this set, Japan is getting the artwork. So, Cherim from Battle Styles, yay! Comes back nicely with the pre-release promo print, Life is Good. Malamar, yay! Comes through with its pre-release promo print, that is rather nice. But there are some which are fairly conspicuous by their absence. For instance, for me, the big one, Donphan. I was really looking forward to getting a Japanese version of the Vivid Voltage pre-release Donphan that I could, just kind of put in a binder and admire, honestly. It's not in the set. It's just not there. While we stay in Vivid Voltage, the Lugia pre-release promo, shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia, who is just generally awesome, also not in this set. And there's something we need to talk about more in a moment, but that basically means we are not getting character rares of either Lugia or Donphan. Which makes me sad, because of all the Pokemon in this set, Donphan would have been the one I really wanted a character rare of, but it turns out Donphan's not even in the set. And then there are some weird ones. I showed you before that Octillery is getting a character rare. And because Octillery is getting a character rare, Octillery is in the set, but it's not the pre-release promo. There is a pre-release promo Octillery. That exists. There is a pre-release promo Octillery that we had in Battle Styles that Japan haven't. And yeah, they're getting regular Octillery, not pre-release Octillery. Even though, Cherim was a Battle Styles pre-release promo that is in this set. There are some inconsistencies coming in here. It is not always something that makes perfect sense. So some of the pre-release cards are coming, some of them aren't. It's a little bit strange. Now, it is important to note we are getting a new VMAX. That is Mimikyu, we saw it before. But we are getting a new VMAX. This is the only one. It is exactly one. Just Mimikyu. That's it. Can't be the only one that thinks that's a bit weird. Similarly, we are getting a new V-Union, but we are getting a new V-Union. And to be fair, I don't know if we should have expected more of these or not. I honestly don't know, because we've never had a non-promo V-Union, except in Japan in Celebrations, but that was a promo here that they threw in over there, so it kind of doesn't count. I don't know. Point is, there is a new V-Union and a new VMAX Pokemon, but there is only one of each. Speaking of which, those subtle reprints, these are ones that were revealed right back when the set was initially revealed, that being Rayquaza and Duraludon. They're the only ones. I call them subtle reprints because they're very similar to the regular artwork, but they're not the regular artwork. And they're just regular VMAXs, they're not character rares or full arts, or I suppose VMAXs are always full arts when you think about it. But the point is, nothing really special, they're just regular VMAXs that have very, 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 very slightly different artwork. And I was really interested to see if there were going to be more of these coming around in VMAX Climax. Turns out the answer is no, it's just the two of them. And I cannot be the only one that thinks that's a little bit weird. So if we didn't have any new V-Unions or VMAXs or subtle reprints revealed today, what did we have revealed? And honestly, lots of mostly playable cards, lots of interesting cards. The thing is, and I checked this with a lovely Primal Lugia just to make sure I wasn't being dumb, there are no cards so far that have been revealed as character rares in Japan from this set that don't have regular cards in the set. So, for instance, I showed you the Charizard character rare the other day. Well, Charizard is getting the pre-release promo print from Vivid Voltage just in the set normally. I showed you that awesome Duraludon, and of course I've already shown you that we're getting the subtle reprint of Duraludon. Now, this next bit is a little bit of supposition, so don't take it too seriously. But as it stands at the moment, it is fair to assume, not guaranteed, but fair to assume that essentially the character rares are going to be of the cards in the set. Now, it looks like we're getting 70 character rares. That's because we've already seen Blissey, and Blissey is 70 numbers above the last card in the set. It is the 70th secret rare, so it stands to reason that there will be 70 character rares. We've seen nothing else. It is important to note that in previous sets, we have actually seen that where full art supporters come in, they come in outside of the run of stuff like character rares. So even if there are secret rare supporters, it is fair to assume that they will be after the character rares, so not take away from the numbers. And yes, obviously, we did get Blissey V in the set. Like I've said, all the character rares get cards in the set. And that, of course, opens up lots of interesting questions. For instance, two of the cards that are reprinted in the set are Sylveon and Umbreon. Now, firstly, these are really good playable cards that people should be super happy about. But secondly, does that mean we are getting character rares of Sylveon and Umbreon? Because I feel pretty confident saying they're going to be popular. Does that mean we're going to be getting a character rare of Rayquaza? Quite possibly, quite frankly. Quite possibly. And this is awesome. This is a very, very fun thing to think about. So, quite frankly, if there's a character rare you're looking for, hope it's in the set proper. If it's not in the set proper, it's probably not getting a character rare, which incidentally is an extra kick in the teeth that Japan is not getting the alternate art, the pre-release art of Donphan, because that means it is incredibly unlikely that Donphan is going to be getting a character rare. Boo! The good news is, of course, that there is one new character rare that was revealed. It was Zero Aura, and it is just a reprint of the Zero Aura that came around in Chilling Reign, except the Zero Aura that came around in Chilling Reign is brilliant. So I don't think we should be terribly upset about this. Of course, it is interesting to note that the Zero Aura from Chilling Reign already has a full art print and a special art print. So there's now going to be a character rare as well, which does open up that beautiful thing whereby you can play a playset of Zero Aura and all 4 of them will have different artwork. That is actually really kind of cool. I always appreciate it when Pokemon do that. But having both a special art and a character art, that is really kind of awesome. Now, of course, Zero Aura's got that really lovely attack. That's the one whereby for free energy, it is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, remember, that's important. You do 100 damage, but if any of your Rapid Strike Pokemon used any attacks during your last turn, you also do 160 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then, of course, what you want to do is combine that with Persimmon, that will do an extra 30 damage when your Rapid Strike Pokemon are hitting the bench, and then you're hitting 190 to the bench, and that's enough to take out bench sitters like the aforementioned Crobat and Kricketune. So basically, this is awesome. I don't know if it's one of my favourite of the character rares, I'll be honest with you, but I do think it's amazing, and I do think it's wonderful. And that's basically what you need to know about VMAX Climax right now. The only new card that was revealed today was a Milcery, and it's not impressive, and I'm not going to go through it. But really, I am waiting, and I'm sure you're waiting as well, for those character rares. We should have a good look at them. We should have the complete list by Friday of next week when the set actually drops. So as always, make sure you're coming back for that one. That's going to be a heck of a video. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this set. I want to know how cool you think it is. And certainly, please do bear in mind, if you are buying this as a collector from outside of Japan, there's cool stuff like the Japanese versions of the pre-release promos, but there really isn't all that much outside of the character rares and a couple of fun new cards, like the new V-Union. Inside Japan, however, this is a set absolutely chock full of playable cards, and that is really rather awesome. So tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.